Jackson's joined us from Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Enzo to Chelsea, what's going on? Well, the latest, Jackson, to sum it up, it's been crazy. It looked like it was going to be off for most of today. Chelsea and Benfica were apparently hit a few snags, but then over the last hour or so, there was an agreement reached. He is on a flight to London to seal the deal. And yeah, according to Fabrizio Romano, he is going to sign a contract at Chelsea until 2031. So Chelsea going again with these very long 8-7 year contracts to players. They're trying to build that new era, I guess you could call it, or a new dynasty. Maybe they would become that. But I think UEFA as well, I've already said some of the issues around giving out really long contracts, financial fair play. They might change a few rules there. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. But Chelsea's new American owners, they're switching things up and they're trying new ways to entice players on even longer contracts and spread the cost of these fees and, you know, all the other kind of wages over a long period. So Jackson, that's to keep you updated, mate, with the latest on Enzo Fernandez. And as I said, head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com. We'll have, as soon as that deal is done, we'll have the news confirmed to you. But Enzo Fernandez looks like it's going to be a British transfer record of way over $30 million, something like that, gents, which would be one of the biggest transfers of all time. So quite sensational. We've got a lot of people joining us from elsewhere. We've got Come On You Gunners. We've got a question here from Jordan. What happened to Everton signing a forward? So it seemed like a few
Joe, teams. What happened to Everton signing anybody?
That's true. Obviously, they got a new manager, Sean Dyche, who we all like, and I think we think will be a huge upgrade on their recent appointments from a managerial perspective. So it'll keep them solid, steady, be okay. I think with the squad they have, if he can get it figured out, that they might be okay.
Yeah.
They did need a bit of extra help, Andy, right? But with the club being reportedly up for sale, there's so much turmoil there that I don't know if any spending big in this window would have really made a difference for Everton, would it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. All of this would have been, by the way, and I think this is important to point out, all of this would have been communicated to Sean Dyche during the interview process that there's probably not going to be a signing. He's not, negotiating with Farhad Mashiri on, I don't know what day, Friday of last week, knowing the deadline is on Tuesday and just wondering, maybe we'll get some signings, maybe we won't, and signing, his career into something without any. So he knew this, and he took the job anyway. So it makes me wonder a little bit how low was Sean Dyche's stock that he that's a tough job to take. That's a tough job to sell as Mashiri, the owner, to get someone to come in and take that job. So it's obviously a very worrying sign for Everton, knowing the financial situation the club is in, knowing that the stadium is coming online here in the next year or two, and what being relegated from the Premier League would mean while opening a new state. The next 18 games I think they have left are really, really going to determine, I think, a long period of Everton's history and future.
All right, just 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to go now until the January window shuts. So the clock is ticking. Get your questions coming in. There's so many. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this very special Pro Soccer Talk Live. Jeremy Johnson with another question here. Cheers, Jeremy. Thoughts on Weston McKennie to Leeds United States of America? That's what we call them now, right? Or we call them Major League Soccer, or I don't know exactly what we're calling them. But Andy, your thoughts on McKennie? Because we thought he'd move, and obviously Juventus' situation kind of needed him to move. Do we like this one for him at Leeds? Because he's going to play pretty much every week, right, at Leeds, you would imagine. So as long as he's fit, he's going to be playing in the Premier League alongside Tyler Adams, alongside Brendan Aronson. And for the US men's national team perspective, to have that trio playing week in, week out in the Premier League together, that's a great thing. But is it a good thing for McKennie's career?
I think we're going to find out. I think we'll probably find out pretty quickly as well. I'm very curious and interested to see how he develops at Leeds, because there are some holes in his game that I think will make life difficult for him to begin. I think fitness has been a bit of an issue at points during his career, and the style that Leeds have played this season. And maybe it's a bit of a move away from that by Jesse Marsch, maybe looking to build something that's a little bit more sustainable long term, and realizing that the defensive issues that they have had this season and last year after he took over as well need to be resolved. And that's maybe a complete change in style of play. Or maybe we're going to see a fully formed and committed and fit Weston McKennie, and who knows what that could be. That could be the most incredible development for the U.S. men's national team in a long, long time, if he can become that type of player more consistently, more regularly, without those big drops in between his best showings. Because when he's at his best, he is a very, very, very good player, a Premier League quality player, but he does go missing quite a bit. And so finding that consistency will be very, very key.
And Nick, before I come to you on Weston McKennie, a bit of breaking news here. Pedro Porro has signed for Tottenham from Sporting Lisbon. Obviously, the defender that Antonio Conte really wanted out wide. They let Doherty go. Porro's come in. They've been chasing him from Sporting Lisbon for a while now. Andy, as you're our resident Tottenham expert, what are your thoughts on Porro going? And do we like that business for Tottenham? Because they definitely need an upgrade in those wing-back wide areas, considering how important they are to Antonio Conte's style of play.
Well, he sure can attack, can't he? He's a very, very good attacking wingback. It doesn't appear that he does much defending. I'm looking at some of the numbers here. 90th percentile in everything, attacking-wise or better, 99th percentile in a lot of it. And defensively, not asked to do a ton, I don't think, there for Sporting. I think he'll be asked, obviously, to do a lot more defending in the Premier League. And so how quickly he can adapt to that side of the ball is going to be important, because that's been the side of the ball that, as much as Spurs have struggled going forward, they are far too easy to play against going the other direction. And so, yeah, I have questions about whether this is going to change much of that. It does feel like trying to, put on a Band-Aid when you've got a much bigger wound that can be covered.
Absolutely. And then lots of questions coming in here. We had a question about João Cancelo. Is that a loan move? And it is. It's a loan move with an option to buy for, I believe it was 70 million euros. So huge price tag there. But as we said at the start, intriguing to see Man City, how they got slightly weaker in this window, and Arsenal got quite a bit stronger as well. So, gents, the window is shut. There it is, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 11 GMT. Big Ben somewhere is bonging, and that always means that the window is shut. And that's it. Premier League teams right now, with the players they have to make do into the summer months. But of course, as we said, the deal sheets will go in for Enzo, Fernandez, for other deals being pushed right to the wire. And we're going to see over the next few hours, I'm sure, a few more deals trickling in. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com, everyone, to keep up to date with all the latest news. We'll have you covered, as well as joining you for this live Q&A.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.